Max Verstappen has sent a bold message about the upcoming championship season, making it clear that his driving style will not change, despite not having the most competitive car in 2025. With several drivers, including the Ferrari and McLaren teams, having a chance to challenge him for the title, Verstappen's aggressive approach to racing is sure to keep his rivals on edge. And if there's one thing we know about Max, it's that he's not going to hold back no matter the circumstances. 2025 will be a whole new ballgame. The Dutchman's rivals, like Norris and the McLaren drivers, are ready to step up, but it's Verstappen's style that has many wondering, can he keep up his aggressive ways and continue winning titles? Norris, in particular, is no stranger to Verstappen's on-track battles. Their clashes have become somewhat legendary, with the 2024 Austrian Grand Prix being a perfect example. And who could forget their infamous duels back in 2021 when Verstappen and Hamilton fought tooth and nail for the championship? It wasn't exactly a clean fight, but Max made it clear that he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. Fast forward to 2024, and the competition has ramped up even more. Now, with Red Bull not as dominant as before, will Verstappen adapt his strategy to stay on top? Max Verstappen has been very clear his approach to racing will remain unchanged, regardless of the challenges ahead. He's made it known that if pushing the limits is necessary to secure a victory, then that's exactly what he'll do. Verstappen has always prided himself on pushing the envelope to get the best possible results, and he has no intention of backing off now. In fact, he's more than willing to take risks if that's what it takes to secure another championship. This mentality has sparked a lot of discussions among his rivals, particularly with drivers like Lando Norris. Norris, as we know, has been criticized for not being aggressive enough when racing against Verstappen, with some suggesting that he hasn't been able to handle the pressure that comes with battling the Dutchman. Yet, Verstappen's willingness to push boundaries is a key reason why he's been so successful in recent years. It's not just about speed, it's about being able to make calculated decisions under pressure and using every opportunity to gain an edge. However, some may argue that this approach can lead to controversial moments. We've already seen instances where Verstappen's driving has upset his competitors, especially in tight wheel-to-wheel situations. But for Verstappen, it's all part of the game. His aggressive style has earned him a reputation, and it's clear that he believes this is the best way to maintain his dominance in the sport. As we look ahead to 2025, it's clear that Verstappen will face new challenges. The dominance of Red Bull, which has been a key factor in his success, is likely to be tested more than ever. The team is no longer as far ahead of the competition as it once was, and this means that Max will need to find even more ways to stay at the front. But one thing that's for sure is that he won't change his style, no matter how much the competition heats up. In fact, Verstappen's determination to maintain his approach was evident when he spoke about his racing mentality. He emphasized that he's always ready to go to the limit, and sometimes even beyond it, to win. This kind of mindset can be polarizing. While some admire his relentlessness, others see it as a risky way to race. Verstappen himself is unapologetic about it, and his words reflect just how committed he is to this aggressive strategy. He's made it clear that if pushing the limits means crossing a line, then that's what he will do every time. Of course, not everyone agrees with this approach. Some feel that Max's willingness to go over the limit is a dangerous game, especially in a sport where the stakes are so high. But Verstappen's confidence in his abilities is undeniable, and his track record speaks for itself. The question remains, can his rivals learn to deal with his style, or will it continue to be his greatest strength? With drivers like Norris and Piastri looking to step up in 2025, Verstappen will certainly have to be at his best. With the 2025 season on the horizon, the pressure is building not just on Max Verstappen, but also on the other drivers who are hungry to dethrone him. One of the key names to watch is Charles Leclerc from Ferrari. Leclerc has made it clear that he believes he now has what it takes to challenge Verstappen for the title, and Ferrari's new focus on tire management and race pace could give them the edge they need. But there's a catch: the internal battle at Ferrari could be just as intense as the one with Verstappen. Leclerc's biggest challenge might come from within his own team, with his teammate, Lewis Hamilton, likely to be a strong contender. Despite the internal competition, Leclerc remains focused on the bigger picture. He's aware that Verstappen's aggressive driving style could create opportunities, but he also knows that it's going to take more than just raw speed to beat him. The Ferrari project in 2025 will revolve around maximizing tire efficiency, something that could give Leclerc an advantage over Verstappen in longer races or when conditions are tricky. The ability to preserve tires while maintaining race pace could be Ferrari's ace in the hole. When speaking about his upcoming battles with Verstappen, Leclerc was clear he's ready to take the fight to the limit. He understands that beating Max won't be easy, but he's not backing down. In fact, he's ready to make the tough decisions, knowing that sometimes you have to take risks to come out on top. His mentality is similar to Verstappen's in that respect. Both drivers are willing to go to extremes if it means winning the championship. As the season progresses, the dynamics between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris will continue to be one of the most intriguing stories. Norris, who has shown flashes of brilliance in recent years, will have to step up his game if he wants to challenge Verstappen. The Briton has already learned valuable lessons from his previous encounters with Max, especially after their fierce battle in the 2024 season. Norris team boss, Zak Brown, believes that his driver has gained a lot of experience from racing against Verstappen. Brown pointed out that Norris' ability to understand Max's driving style and adjust his tactics accordingly is one of his strengths. While Norris didn't always manage to beat Verstappen, particularly in races like Austria and Imola, his performance in Mexico showed significant improvement. The fact that Norris was able to challenge Max without causing any major clashes is a testament to how far he's come as a driver. However, as Zak Brown correctly pointed out, the real challenge for Norris and McLaren will be whether Red Bull can keep up with the competition. If McLaren continues to improve its car and develops a more competitive package, it could make Norris' task even more difficult. Verstappen's dominance will only increase if Red Bull continues to develop its car, but this also means that Norris will have to refine his skills even further to be able to go toe-to-toe with the four-time world champion. The 2025 season is shaping up to be a battleground for not just Verstappen, but for all of the top teams. As Max continues to face mounting pressure from rivals like Ferrari, McLaren, and even some underdogs, the question arises: can Red Bull maintain its competitive edge in the face of increasing challenges? With the competition getting tougher, it's clear that Verstappen's usual style might not always be enough to guarantee him the title. Nico Rosberg, the 2016 world champion, has weighed in on the ongoing rivalry between Verstappen and Norris. Rosberg believes that Norris has learned how to control Verstappen's aggressive driving style and that he will be a much tougher competitor in 2025. According to Rosberg, Norris needs to study Verstappen's every move, from wheel-to-wheel battles to race strategies, in order to perfect his approach. It's no secret that Verstappen often gets away with aggressive tactics, and Norris will need to learn how to handle them more effectively if he wants to overcome Max next season. In the lead-up to 2025, Rosberg emphasized the importance of preparation. He believes Norris should spend the winter carefully analyzing Verstappen's race footage from the past few years, especially focusing on the key moments when Max's aggressive tactics either paid off or backfired. For Norris and McLaren to succeed, they will need to fully understand Verstappen's driving psychology and anticipate his every move on the track. Rosberg is confident that, with the right preparation, Norris can go into the new season with a strategy that will allow him to challenge Verstappen more effectively. As we approach 2025, Verstappen's future with Red Bull is becoming more uncertain and the pressure is building. While Max's confidence in his abilities is undeniable, he has also acknowledged that the team must make significant improvements to maintain their position at the top. Red Bull has been struggling with consistency, especially in the latter half of the 2024 season, as the development pace of their car seems to have slowed. Verstappen has made it clear that if the team doesn't step up their game, his fifth world championship could be at risk. Max's recent comments about Red Bull's current car development pace have sent a strong message. He's openly stated that if the team doesn't significantly improve their car, he won't be able to secure the title in 2025. He's well aware that the competition is getting tougher, and the challenges are only going to increase. The 2024 season showed that even a team as strong as Red Bull can face problems, and Verstappen is not taking anything for granted heading into the new year. Verstappen's warnings to his team are clear: they need to fix the issues with the car's balance, particularly in tricky areas like the curbs and slow corners. These weaknesses have been a thorn in Red Bull's side for some time, and Verstappen is hoping they can iron out these issues before the start of the new season. His focus remains on staying ahead of the competition, but the onus is now on the team to give him a car that can deliver the results he needs. If Red Bull can fix these problems, Max has no doubt that he'll be in the hunt for yet another championship. But if the team fails to improve, the road to his fifth title will be much harder. Finally, with the season fast approaching, the question remains, will Max Verstappen's aggressive racing style result in major on-track incidents, or will he be able to continue his dominance without stepping over the line? Verstappen's tendency to push beyond the limits has already caused a few tense moments, and many are wondering how the FIA and his rivals will respond if this behavior continues in 2025. With new drivers like Norris and Leclerc aiming to take on the Dutchman, it's clear that Verstappen's approach could lead to some intense on-track battles. Max's comments about pushing the boundaries and sometimes crossing a line suggest that we may see more controversial moments in 2025. The question is, how will the other teams react? Will they try to challenge Verstappen's aggressive tactics, or will they simply try to outpace him? With a grid that's more competitive than ever, it's likely that Verstappen will face pressure from multiple directions, both on and off the track. As we enter the new season, it's clear that Verstappen's dominance will be tested like never before. Will he continue to push the envelope and maintain his superiority, or will the rising stars of F1 like Norris, Leclerc, and others take advantage of Red Bull's potential weaknesses? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: 2025 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting and unpredictable seasons in Formula One history. As we look ahead to what promises to be a thrilling 2025 season, the questions about Max Verstappen's aggressive style, the growing challenges from his rivals, and Red Bull's ability to maintain their competitive edge are more pressing than ever. With a grid full of hungry drivers and teams, including Ferrari and McLaren, it's shaping up to be a season filled with intense battles, strategic play, and plenty of drama. Will Verstappen's bold approach to racing continue to be enough to keep him on top? Or will the rising competition force him to adapt in ways we haven't seen before? One thing's for sure: the 2025 season will be anything but predictable. We want to hear from you. Do you think Max Verstappen can claim his fifth world title, or will one of the new contenders emerge victorious? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to check out the other videos on our channel for more insights and updates. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content.